Great. Well, I'm delighted to say that this week Derek Hughes arrived to join us as location leader in Eccles and also online pastor. And so I wanted to take the opportunity just to find out a little bit about him and have the chance for everyone to get to know him a little bit. So Derek, it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your family initially?
At the moment I'm living in Oswestry, and I've been there for the last 11 years, and until recently was leading the church there, Hope Church Oswestry. That was my full-time job. I got two kids, Tom and Emma. They're 19 and 17, so Emma's still with me. Tom's away at university. He's at Chester at the moment.
Brilliant. How did did faith first become real for you?
For me, that was around kind of university time. So when I was quite good at numbers at school. So when I went to careers advice, they were like, "You're good at numbers. You should work in a bank or be an accountant or something." So I went to university to be an accountant, and one of the drivers for that became kind of money, and potentially could earn a lot of money. Apparently, being an accountant, so I thought that was a good idea. And as I went to university, I started to imagine what sort of jobs I would have and how much money I might get, and spent a lot of time thinking about that. And I kind of had this realization that actually I wasn't sure how much I would need to earn in order to be happy. And I realized that would just go on forever, really, and started to think more deeply about what life might be about, where would I really get satisfaction. And that then kind of led on a spiritual search, really, which was less about money and more about God, and that kind of started my journey towards kind of Jesus, as it were.
So was it at uni that you first encountered Jesus then? And
yes, I'd kind of been brought up within the Salvation Army, but yeah, I was at university. I was kind of 19, second year uni. I kind of made a commitment and thought really satisfaction and meaning was going to come in a connection with Jesus rather than being as rich as I could be.
Very good. What's been significant on your journey then? That's 30 years on, or however many years. What would you say has been significant on your journey in terms of growing as a Christian?
There could be all sorts of things. I mean, one of the things that's helped me kind of grow in recent years is I'm quite into physical challenges. So I love running. I've done London Marathon, Edinburgh Marathon, and this year I was involved in the Welsh 3000s, which is kind of climbing the highest 15 mountains in Wales within 24 hours. And why that's a physical activity, the idea that you look at a challenge like that and think actually it's not possible to do it, and then you realize you're capable of far more than you imagine. What I found is spiritually that's just stretched my imagination and stretched my faith of actually what is possible for us. You know, we kind of live these comfortable lives sometimes, and when you come out of your comfort zone in a physical sense, you know, I find myself stretched spiritually in terms of imagining what's possible. And certainly in my experience of leading Hope Church at Oswestry, and just seeing what's possible really when you put your faith in God, when you imagine the difference you can make in the community, a kind of group of people together who are willing to sacrifice. I found, my imagination and my faith just kind of stretched incredibly. And that's been quite key for me, I would say.
Yeah, very good, very good. So you've now arrived here, and main roles are to be leading the location in Eccles and as online pastor, but also going to be carrying some responsibility for our teaching and life groups. What are you particularly looking forward to?
Well, that's quite a lot, isn't it? I'm looking forward to getting to know the people in Eccles and that kind of community, and being part of the relationships there. And I'm just really curious about what God's gonna do. You know, my experience is when a group of people commit themselves to following God, he does all sorts of amazing, incredible things. And I'm just interested and curious really to see what he's got planned for me, for the people I'm working with, and the work that I'll be involved with.
Brilliant. And if people were thinking how they could pray for you, what would you, just in this new season, as you step into this new role, anything you particularly want to say in terms of how people could pray for you in this season?
For friendships, so you know, working in a new place, eventually living in a new place, you know, so friendships, people to connect with, and then just wisdom in all those kind of responsibilities and ability to hear God and hear people about what I'm to do out of all those possibilities. So friendships and wisdom, that would be good.
Sounds good. Brilliant. Well, we look forward to all that God's got in store for us, Derek. Great to have you involved with this, and I know that people will enjoy connecting with you in the weeks and months to come.
Thanks, Andy.